Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are sources of thermal energy that come from dead organisms that went through some anaerobic decomposition. So it went through some anaerobic decomposition or some anaerobic breakdown. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So the focus here is these can be fossilized trees, fossilized plant matter such as coal, or even microorganisms that are compressed and broken down into petroleum, which is oil. Three examples are coal, natural gas, and oil. Now, fossil fuels make up close to 85% of the world's commercial energy. These fossil fuels basically make up the majority there, as you can see in the picture. The one that is used the most is oil. Coal is the second, and natural gas is the third. Now coal is going to be one of the filthiest. Coal is going to cause the most pollution, even though it's the cheapest. Coal is carbon rich. It's organic matter squeezed down and fossilized. So plant matter squeezed down and fossilized. It is primarily carbon. It's organic. Now the U.S. coal does have a high sulfur content. That element, we talked about that. Europe and Asia, North America is pretty much the same. So generally in those places, then it drops off in Russia, Africa, and South America. Natural gas. Natural gas is basically when you have your plant matter, your microorganisms that are squeezed down. It's going to, as that's broken down, it's going to release gas. And basically that gas, we know it is a gas. It's not a liquid. Coal is a solid. Oil, petroleum, is a liquid. And then here we have natural gas. Now natural gas is generally methane, which is CH4. When people burp or they pass gas, that would also be methane, CH4. So the breakdown of organic matter, whether it's happening in your body or in nature, will release this gas. Now this is going to be cleaner to burn than coal. So as we break it down, as we use it, it has less of a carbon dioxide production. And carbon dioxide impacts the greenhouse effect. So the main natural gas reserves are going to be found in Russia and Asia. So we can actually see how Russia was not a major coal distributor. The last one is petroleum. You saw this in your lab. There was that word on the lab manual about petroleum. Petroleum is oil. Now, oil is primarily marine organisms that were broken down and decomposed, giving off these chemicals of hydrogen and carbon. These chemicals, these compounds are called hydrocarbons. Now petroleum, as you can see here in this picture, I really want you to be aware of this picture, especially the top one. You can see the oil in this little space of the strata. Remember, strata means layer, so they dig through the earth, and then we have a space. So basically you have water on the sides. Well, oil is going to be less dense. It's going to flow on the water or on top, so majority of the oil is on top. But between the oil and the strata, you have a space. Now that space is actually not empty. It's filled with gas. So just like the air we breathe, we look around our room, it looks empty, but it's actually filled with gas. So in the same way, this gas is going to be natural gas. So when they drill down for oil, they're going to be drilling down past the gas as well. The oil reserves are primarily going to be found in the Middle East. The U.S. does have a certain amount, a small percentage of the world's oil reserve, but our oil is primarily going to be coming from us. Even though we are going to be taking it from other places. And we have the U.S. Consuming the most oil, and basically we see that the The world's oil reserves are mainly from the Middle East.